Hi, my name is Leo Bueno, and this is my peer reflection and what my peers did for the presentation. The contributions right out of the bat was splendid, and they did an amazing job. To start with, I'm going to talk about Diego. His video was amazing. Everyone liked his video. Everyone thought it was funny. I thought it was hilarious. It seemed like Mr. Drury did enjoy it. It seemed like the whole class enjoyed it, and our group definitely didn't expect this high quality of work. I guess they were surprised. I wasn't too much surprised because I knew Diego is a really talented director. I've seen some of his work before, and I knew that his video would be great. And so when it came out, I was just like, "Yup, I knew it. Diego's a genius." So what Alonso did, he did the theory, the sociological theory, which I didn't want to do because I just thought it was a little bit difficult. But he looked up the theory, he explained it well. It was in the beginning of our project, and he was responsible for that. He did that good. He also did his slides, his portion of the slides. He added. He was the second most who had the most articles, and the thing about Eddie is Eddie, I'm sorry, Eddie did good too. We told him, hey, these are the slides you need to do, and he ended up doing them. His work on the presentation was fabulous as well. He did a great job explaining his slides and making the presentation look good. So everyone did their part. Everyone did an amazing job. But the thing I want to highlight though, like Diego was doing the video, and plus he was doing slides. So it wasn't just a video; it was the slides he was doing as well. So I think he contributed a lot to the presentation. But those were all the contributions of my teams. I think they did fabulous. They did amazing, and it's an honor to work with them. Um, Also, my teammates were responsible for getting the surveys. They had the idea like, hey, we should conduct surveys on our campus to make our presentation have outside sources, and that's what we did. I think that was a great idea for my teammates. I don't know who thought of it, but we all agreed upon it, and that was excellent for our presentation. Um, yeah, I think the video was nice. Also the Starburst idea, that was actually Alonso's idea, where he gets Starburst and he changes the flavor by putting them in different wrappings. That was Alonso's idea. I told him I was gonna bring candy, and the fact that the candy idea allowed him to think of the activity. So that was a great activity. I think everyone blew their minds with that Starburst thing. So my teammates, Alonso did really well thinking of that. That was really a good idea. The beginning activity, which was taking out the phones, that was a group idea. I think I started it. I think me and Diego started it, but it was a good idea nonetheless. It was a good activity. I'm trying to remember what else we did that my teammates did, but the end point is that they did wonderful, and I'm so glad they did a lot of the work. Will I work with them again? Of course, especially I will work with them again because they made our presentation look good. It's not just one person; it's all of us as a group that did all the work. And Diego, his video is outstanding. I will work with Diego like 100 times over again because that video really stood out. Alonso had incredible ideas like the Starburst, so I will work with him again. Eddie, is a real talkative person, so he did the surveys, and so it wasn't like a weird thing where like, hey, sorry we're interrupting you, can you do this? No, but he was like a really friendly person, so I would want to work for Eddie again because he knows how to work the logistics of like the survey, and they all did their own slides, so I'll work with each one of them again. It wasn't just the work we were doing, but we were also having a hangout sessions. You get me? Like sometimes we wouldn't be working on the presentation, but we would just talk, and that was great. I think we became good friends. During the beginning of class semester, I didn't really know those three people. They were just classmates to me, but by the end of the semester, they became friends to me. And I added the two of them on Snapchat. I added one of them on Facebook. So they were good people. Yeah, I really liked working with them. So I will work with them again. They're very wonderful. They're serious about their assignment. They're funny. We had funny moments. So the whole experience was great, and I really enjoyed the experience. How often did we meet? So this was a problem only because they worked. I was the only person who doesn't work, so as a result, I could have attended every meeting, and I was very flexible and open. But like Diego was working the night shift, so after the night shift, he would come home and he would sleep. But we would have meetings at like 11 a.m. So he overslept, and that's very understandable because he worked the night shift. And do we want him to get 2 hours of sleep and come right away to help with the assignment? No. So it's understandable that he overslept. Alonso, that time I waited like an hour and 30 minutes. Alonso had to babysit, and it was like a last minute thing. So he couldn't leave his goddaughter alone in the house. He obviously had to help, and I'm not mad at all. You get me? Like that's what they had to do. Eddie couldn't meet sometimes because he had problems. I think he had a heart attack, not a heart attack, but heart problems. So that's like your health first. Your health comes first, then the presentation. And I understand all of that. That's why we had trouble meeting because they all have their own thing. They all have their own lives, and so we didn't meet a lot. I think we met like once every other week. And then towards the end we met like, all right, like twice a week or like once a week. So we were meeting, and whenever we meet, we would get a lot done. Except one time, but it just lasted for 10 minutes. But we would get a lot done whenever we would meet. So how did we communicate? Eddie had this wonderful idea where we download an app, and all of us can group chat on the app. But as we dwindled down in members, they thought of saying, "Hey, we all have iPhones. We should just text each other in the group. Since we all have iPhones, we'll create a group." And that was a good idea as well. That's how we communicated. They also had a wonderful idea to Skype. Eddie did. He was like, "Hey, we should Skype," and that was a great idea too. We just didn't get around to it because we need to update our phone so that FaceTime can work. Because group FaceTime just came out, like it only came out like about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So we had to update our phone. So we couldn't really do that just for time management things. The team leader, I don't think there was a team leader, as I discussed in my previous video. Uh, there was no team leader. I think Diego was more like, hey, these are dates we can meet up with. So I appreciate Diego saying that. Hey, also everyone, they were like, all right, these are the times I can work out. So I appreciate everyone telling how these are the times I can work out. But the times wouldn't merge together at times where we really needed them too. But we ended up working something out. So yeah, no team leader. We all did our own job. We weren't lone wolves either. We wanted to separate and isolate to ourselves. There was a group. We discussed things together. We wrote things down together, and we gave feedback on each other's things together. So it was all a combination of our groups work into one. So no team leader. Does anyone follow orders? I feel like I was a little bit telling orders like we should take a picture for the first slide. What else? You guys should add book references. You guys should add uh, what's like outside information like articles. But that was little hints that I gave to them. But I wasn't really trying to give orders. No one was trying to give orders. No one wanted to be a dictator. and bossy. They just wanted to be a good teammate, and they all were good teammates in their own way. The most exciting thing was had to be like the ability when we meet up. Like when we meet up, it was exciting because, like I said, we would have such a good time. Like we became good friends, and we also got a lot of work done together. Like every time we met, almost every time we met, we got a lot of work done, and I'm so wonderful, grateful for that. And then when we got our work done, we didn't hang out afterwards, but we would walk towards our cars, and we would talk on the way over there. So it was exciting working with them because I felt like I had friends. I know, right? Forever alone, I had friends. But yeah, it was just wonderful that I gained 3 friends and I have their numbers, and so we can basically meet up whenever we want to. So it was exciting working with them. It was really good. It was cool. Um, what did I dread with my teammates? Um, well, I mentioned in the previous video that they wouldn't get their work done, or they would be subpar and wouldn't be that great. Um, but I feel like it wasn't really that bad what they did. Their slides, their presentation especially, were wonderful. They really like. If I was to do this alone, I couldn't do it alone. You get me? Like I needed teammates, and they were the perfect teammates to aid me, and because they really did aid me in this project, and I aided them. So so we just merged together, wonderfully. Who did nothing? Nobody did nothing. So that's an easy question. And, we all did something. We all did something. So it was good. There was no slacker. There was nobody who didn't want to meet all the time. Who was just like whatever. Uh, the ones who did nothing were our two previous teammates who dropped the class. They wouldn't never text in the group. They wouldn't really say much, but and they stopped texting and deleted the app, I think, when they wanted to drop the class. So they were a part of us, but then they left us. So that's who did nothing, them. But they had to drop the class, so I understand. Overall, I feel like my teammates were wonderful. They were not perfect. Obviously, no one's perfect, but they were great. And if we were to give them a grade, um, um, yeah, I would give them an A minus, or I would give them an A plus if it was up to me. So they did great. Um, yeah, and just I wish them the best. And they were wonderful teammates. I will work with them again, over and over again. Eddie, Diego, and Alonso, really good friends, and really good teammates as well. So, thank you. This has been my peer evaluation.